Well, hello, and welcome to the month of May, where I'm chatting about energetic hygiene, energetic boundaries, some of the more crucial things that us as practitioners need to work on and have refined before we stepping into sessions and when we're stepping out of sessions. So let's chat about when you're coming out of sessions and you're feeling a little bit off, you're feeling a little bit funky, maybe you're feeling like, oh, what did I just do? And you're just like exhausted. Let's chat about why that happens, give you some examples and what we can do about it. So let's have a look. So you finished the session and you just feel completely wiped out. It's not just like you're tired. You feel heavy, low, almost like you're carrying something that's not yours. This is what we're doing. This is what we're talking about. And for a lot of us, we chalk it up to the work being intense, and sometimes our work is very intense, but a lot of the time what's happening is something a little bit more specific, and that is that you're absorbing energy that doesn't belong to you. And the reason it keeps happening isn't because you're too sensitive, okay? It's because nobody's taught you how to stop doing the thing, okay? And here's what I see over and over again as I'm mentoring the practitioners that work with me. They're coming into the work with this genuinely beautiful gift, beautiful empathy, real attunement, a genuine capacity to feel into what another person is carrying. It's what we're supposed to be doing. And it's that same gift, the thing that makes us exceptional at what we do, becomes the very thing that drains us if it's not properly understood or managed. Because there's a very big difference between feeling with someone and taking on what they're feeling. And for most practitioners, particularly in the early stages where you're still getting accustomed to things, they don't know where that line is. And so they land up crossing that line repeatedly without realizing that this is what they're doing. And there's three main reasons that this is happening. And the first one is that you haven't defined where you end and your clients begin, and that's a boundary issue, but it's not the type of boundary that we regularly talk about. Okay, it's not saying no or setting your session times or rates. It's not that kind of a boundary. It's an energetic boundary, and it's a very clear internal sense of where your energetic field ends and theirs begins. And without that clarity, you're essentially operating with an open field, so you're just wide open, taking in everything, absorbing everything. So whatever they bring in, you're receiving. And the second reason is that you're unconsciously trying to fix or carry the weight for them. A lot of practitioners go into their work because they genuinely want to help people. They want people to feel better. They want them to leave feeling restored. And somewhere in that impulse to do the thing, an unconscious pattern develops where you start to absorb the pain of your clients because that's what helping feels like. That's what you think helping looks like, but it's not. It's another boundary we want to put down. Because what it feels like, it's what we think it feels like, and that's what makes it hard to catch. And then the third reason is that you're not completing the energetic circuit after the session ends. Every practitioner who's holding their energetic field well during a session skips the closing. Okay, they finish with their client, they say goodbye, and then they move on to the next thing or the next client. But the session needs a proper close for the client and for you. Without it, the residual of what was worked through is going to linger around. It's going to hang around in you, in the air, and we don't want that. And after session, it accumulates. When you're absorbing consistently, it shows up in a few different ways. Fatigue, that no matter how much you sleep, you're still exhausted. Mood shifts after sessions that don't quite feel like yours, like you're grumpy, but you don't know why, and you're like, what is this? It doesn't make sense. Difficulty switching off at the end of the day is a very common one. And a growing sense of heaviness, or even emotional flatness. Sometimes you physical symptoms, tension, headaches, pain in the body, that kind of thing. And the more it builds, the harder it becomes to show up clearly for the next client. So you're doing your next clients a disservice by operating this way. And you're not functioning from your own center anymore either. You're functioning through a layer of what everybody else has brought into previous sessions. So here's how we stop it. Here's how we navigate through this. Before every session, take a moment, even if it's just a minute, and come back to yourself. Feel your own body. Notice your own mood, your own energy. Where are you at? Now, this is your baseline. And you're essentially checking in so you have something to return to. You have a baseline to return to at the end of your session. Some practitioners will do this through breath, some through a grounding visualization, and for some just through simple intention setting. Just a simple intention setting practice. Doesn't need to be big or extravagant or elaborate or fancy, okay? Simplicity. Keep it simple. It just needs to be consistent. So during your session, your job is to be with your clients, not in their experience, okay? And there's a difference between witnessing someone's pain with full presence and merging with it. And presence is steady. Porousness, that's permeable. That's where you're just sucking everything in, okay? We don't want to be absorbing all the things, okay? You want to be like a strong riverbank, the water's flowing through, your session is flowing through, and you're holding the shape, you're holding the container. Practice noticing during sessions when you've started to drift from presence into being more porous, and just gently return yourself, gently redefine those riverbanks. After every session, something needs to close. Develop a closing practice for yourself, one that's yours, and again, keep it simple. A few deep breaths, some cleansing breaths, maybe the physical gesture of washing your hands with intention. You're washing your hands of your client. Stepping outside briefly, a short statement that marks the end. Maybe you light a candle at the beginning and you extinguish it at the end. What matters is that it signals to your nervous system and your energetic field the session is closed. You're back to yourself. What was theirs has been returned to them, and the goal isn't to be less sensitive. The goal isn't to care less or become detached or, become a horrible practitioner. Again, that's not the goal. Your sensitivity is one of your greatest assets as a practitioner. The goal is to learn how to work with a clean knee so that you can be fully present for every person that you sit with without paying for it with your own well-being, okay? And if you're noticing that this is a pattern for you and that you consistently leave your sessions and you're feeling drained, you're feeling heavy, it's worth looking at it as part of your overall practitioner development, okay? It's not a self-care issue. It's a practice structure issue. And if it's something that you want to explore, something you want to work on, and maybe you're needing some external assistance with that, I offer a complimentary practitioner assessment call. We can have a look and see where is this energetic misalignment coming from. How can we help you establish those energetic boundaries? And we can identify where the support is that you're needing. You can book yourself a practitioner assessment call with me. The link, you can book that through my website at tamdillon.com, or the direct link to book is down in the description of this video. So, energetic boundaries, you want some help setting them? Come chat to me. We can get them in place for you. Otherwise, setting up some simple rituals and systems and stuff for you will help to keep that energy clean.